And obviously the next pay-per-view is Dricus and Khamzat. Just how big is that fight in your mind for the middleweight division? We've been waiting forever to see Khamzat finally compete for a championship.
Yeah, it's big, and it's big to be back in Chicago, sold out. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I got a feeling that's going to be very much like tonight. You know, how about, I can't remember, second round or something. The crowd was so loud that the ref couldn't hear the bell. And, you know what I mean? Went like another 5 seconds longer than it should have. But, yeah, I expect Chicago to be that way.
The division is turning on Chimaev. And the media is turning on Chimaev. And according to my own partners at DraftKings, you, the fans, the bettors, are turning on Chimaev. And I don't know where that's coming from. Khamzat Chimaev has been the boogie monster of 2 divisions from the day that he got here. The media has never loved anybody more than Chimaev. Now, they love 2 people equal, Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor. But the 3 of them were media darlings like our sport has never seen.
Я думаю, что мое личное мнение, я бы Хамзату посоветовал бы, чтобы он в стойке дрался с ним.
Но мне кажется, вот как будто вот его стиль такой, что с первых минут атаку, как будто его надо придерживаться, нет, этого стиля?
Прикинь, если я делал бы, я бы посоветовал бы по-другому.
Да.
Вот чисто по боксу пустых, Хамзат лучше. Вот чисто по боксу. Это мое мнение. Просто здесь есть такой момент. Ты можешь сфорсировать события. Там раунд, 2. Но если ты его не финишируешь, ты очень много энергии потратишь. А потом надо в чемпионских боях.
Did any of you guys happen to see the training footage that just came out on Khamzat? He was with the Russian national team.
I did,
Will you admit that he looked a little better than that? I thought he looked a little sharper than I was aware he was.
He's pretty good, yeah, pure wrestling. He's got some skills. What information do we have? We have a short video of him training with good wrestlers. We have video of him beating up some high school kids in Sweden. And then we have video of him throwing down guys in MMA who have never grappled at a competitive high world-class level. Do I think he's like a guy that could be top 3, top 5 in the world? Probably not. Myself, I know that I'm a top 3 guy in the world. I don't think there's really a guy in the world at 86 kilos that could beat me in wrestling right now. His biggest thing that's going to crush him, especially against a fight against me, is you're going to get tired. You're going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this as the fight goes on. You're not going to take me down, so you're going to have to strike with me. I'm probably going to be able to take you down, and the longer the fight goes, the worse it's going to get.
Amazing, you know, it's like we have even more guys at the camp. Khamzat cardio's to the roof, you know. It's like, even though we have new guys and he keeps rotating new guys, he makes them guys every time. Like, people can't hang with him. And today we had this amazing training, and man, he was like 5 different minutes, different rounds. I think he went like 6 or 8 5-minute round on grappling and wall work, and he was like just gassing all the guys out. You know, even like new guys will come, and like he would still gas the guys out. So super excited that it's like, man, everybody talks about his cardio this, his cardio that, and the guy's literally an animal. The way he trains, and he trains, and he's like having fun at the same time, you know. That's why he's like murder or kill people or smash, however you want to say it, like in the cage. It's just because of the way he is, you know. If at training with friends he's like that, with that intensity, man, when he closes that cage, of course the fight night's just going to be amazing, you know. Make him just go over there and get his belt and do what he does at training, just perform the same way in the cage.
The MMA world is buzzing with anticipation as 2 of the most explosive forces in the middleweight division prepare to collide. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis. Fans are divided, and experts everywhere are weighing in with bold predictions. The clash promises chaos, power, and a serious shift in the title picture. Khamzat brings raw aggression, while DDP offers grit, size, and championship aura. But one opinion that caught everyone off guard came from Joe Rogan, who boldly predicted, "I think Dricus gets it done. He's just huge for the division," and that changes everything.
Range. Like, there's a lot of guys like Dricus, who's bigger than you, who's the middleweight champion. He's huge, man. It's the opposite thing, right? He's cutting a ton of weight. I don't know what he cuts, but every time I interview him, I'm like, how? How the you 185 pounds? You're enormous. He looks like a heavyweight. And he is a heavyweight when he fights. I mean, he's over 205 for sure.
Yeah, these guys, they blow up.
blow up.
Daniel Cormier confidently predicted that Khamzat Chimaev will defeat Dricus Du Plessis, citing Chimaev's explosiveness and elite grappling. I just don't think Dricus can handle that pressure for 5 rounds, DC said. In a friendly exchange with Demetrius Johnson, the two debated DDP's status as a champion. DJ questioned whether Dricus could be considered a great champion if he only manages 2 title defenses. DC agreed, saying, "You've got to defend that belt a few times to cement greatness." Both agreed that this fight is DDP's real proving ground against a truly dangerous challenger.
DDP, he won it. He beat Sean Strickland.
And he beat Izzy.
He beat Izzy. He hasn't anything after that.
But if Khamzat beats him, he's at 2 title defenses.
2 title defenses.
Is that a great title run?
I don't know. Maybe in today's age.
That's what I'm wondering. Are the guys so good? Are the guys so good, or are the champions just not separating themselves like you did?
Yeah, or you did too.
I've had 5.
You had 5,
yeah,
right?
But still.
So I think it's, you know what? That's a great question. I think it might be just the talent is just different now because everybody's doing it.
Robert Whitaker also shared his prediction for the Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis fight, and he is leaning toward the current champion. Whitaker praised Dricus' toughness and ability to keep pushing through the tough rounds, calling him a strong and durable fighter who finds ways to win even when the odds are against him. He noted that Dricus' unique style and pressure could disrupt Khamzat's usual rhythm. Whitaker also pointed out that Chimaev tends to slow down in later rounds and said that Dricus has the gas tank to capitalize on that. So yes, his pick for the fight is DDP.
Dricus versus Khamzat. Who do you think is going to get their hands raised?
It's tricky. I think the favorite would have to be Dricus. The only things I can really say with any sort of certainty is that Chimaev will get Dricus to the mat. But if Chimaev doesn't finish Dricus there, I find it hard for him to win. I think the longer the fight goes, Dricus is more favorable. Chimaev has outstanding first round finishes, but every fight that's gone the distance has been close.
Arman Tsarukyan didn't hold back when asked about the upcoming clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Du Plessis. Speaking confidently in a recent interview, Tsarukyan said Khamzat is going to ragdoll him. He emphasized Khamzat's elite wrestling and pressure, suggesting Dricus won't be able to handle the physicality Chimaev brings to the octagon. Arman praised Du Plessis for being tough and resilient, but firmly believes the matchup favors Khamzat, especially in the grappling department. Once he gets his hands on you, it's over, Arma added. In his view, Chimaev will dominate and finish the fight early with relentless control.
What is a good strategy Khamzat is looking at in terms of, going at Dricus?
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not going to change anything.
Dricus said he'll give him 10,000 for every time he's able to take him down.
Yeah, but he's not going to make money from that fight. He's got to give all his money to Khamzat.
Sean Strickland also weighed in on the Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis matchup, offering a balanced prediction. Strickland stated that if Khamzat can finish the fight early, he'll likely walk away with the win. Khamzat's dangerous in those first couple rounds. If he catches you, it's lights out, he said. However, Strickland also warned that if the fight drags into the later rounds, the pole could turn. He believes Dricus' cardio and toughness give him the edge in a drawn-out war. If Dricus survives the storm, he's going to break him, Strickland added. His pick depends on who controls the pace.
Do you think, he beats DDP, or do you think DDP retains?
It's hard. So those little Chechen fucks, I don't want to say Chechen, he's not Chechen, he's Swedish, but those little Chechen whore, they can grapple. And someone like me, who I've been training with these fuckers for years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple them. So I just don't know if fucking Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him.
Yeah.
But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, I sparred the fucking Chechen whore, hands down, I think Dricus wins. But it's just going to come down to, are you going to be able to, stop that counter? Are you going to be able to counter wrestle? And, you can. It's not hard. You just got to, it's not hard.
Gilbert Burns, who also fought Khamzat, shared his thoughts on the Khamzat versus Du Plessis showdown and didn't shy away from backing the champion. Burns called Dricus a nightmare matchup for Khamzat, citing the South African's size, strength, and unorthodox pressure. He's not the guy you can just walk through, Burns said in an interview. Having fought Chimaev himself, Gilbert knows the chaos Khamzat brings, but he believes Dricus' resilience and awkward style make him uniquely difficult to deal with. Khamzat is elite, but Dricus is a grinder, and he's got that championship mentality. Burns added he believes this will be Khamzat's toughest test yet.
I train with Dricus a lot. Dricus is actually a very, very good fighter. Crazy cardio, very physically strong. He's a very hard fight to predict. You know, I think Chimaev is going to start very strong like he always do. I do believe Dricus can kind of slow him down, don't get submitted, relax a little bit. But I do believe Dricus, if he get past that first round, I think that's the hardest part. What I think he will do, I think he's gonna pass, and then he's gonna be a nightmare for Chimaev. I think Dricus is a monster, hits very hard, doesn't break, good gas tank. I do believe Dricus is gonna beat Chimaev and remain the champion.
Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jamahal Hill has thrown his support behind Dricus Du Plessis ahead of the highly anticipated middleweight title clash. Hill expressed admiration for DDP's consistency, toughness, and ability to adapt mid-fight. He believes Du Plessis has proven himself as a smart and composed fighter who doesn't crumble under pressure. While Hill acknowledged the threat Khamzat Chimaev poses with his early aggression and explosiveness, he feels Dricus has the edge in durability and fight management.
I probably favor DDP in that one just for the simple fact of I've doubted this dude so many times now, and he's shut me up bad every time. So, and I've come to understand like how his posture kind of works, which it may look like he's like fatiguing or he's like slowing down, but he's really not. You know, I think he's got the better cardio, and I believe he could be his physical strength, I believe, can pose a problem for anybody in that division. And Khamzat, we've seen Khamzat fade. We've seen Khamzat fade over the course of rounds before. And I just believe Dricus has a really, really awkward way of throwing strikes that's not easy to time and get a read on. So I believe he will land, and when he lands, it's obviously has devastating effect. So I probably lean more towards DDP, but you can't kind of count a guy like Khamzat out. I believe he's one of the best natural pure grapplers in the sport, and he does have an ability to throw some hands too.
Mike Perry was also asked about the Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis matchup and offered a clear prediction. He acknowledged that DDP is a tough opponent for anyone in the division, crediting his durability and awkward style. However, Perry believes Khamzat's pressure and explosiveness will ultimately be too much for the champion. He sees Chimaev imposing his will early in the fight, setting the tone with relentless aggression. While he respects Du Plessis' grit, Perry feels Khamzat's speed, strength, and finishing instinct will give him the edge. In Perry's view, Chimaev walks away with the win in dominant fashion.
You mentioned DDP. If his next fight is Khamzat Chimaev, who do you think wins that?
I think DDP's big and strong and scary-ish. Like, he's a good guy, but like when he's in that ring, he's really powerful. Chimaev lets us think he's not as smart as he is. He has game plans. Chimaev's been a terror in the UFC. He's really taken a lot of it over, and we're all excited to see him compete. DDP's been really humble, but very, very courageous, very strong. I think DDP wins if they fight, which it's hard to say they even will fight. I don't see Khamzat Chimaev taking a fight that he doesn't see himself having the ability to win.
Tito Ortiz has made it clear that he's backing Khamzat Chimaev to win against Dricus Du Plessis. The former UFC light heavyweight champion praised Chimaev's aggression, strength, and ability to dictate the pace from the opening bell. Ortiz sees Khamzat as a relentless force who can break opponents both mentally and physically. He pointed out that while Dricus is tough and durable, he hasn't faced anyone with the kind of pressure Chimaev brings.
How do you predict that fight plays out?
People are going to see how vicious Chimaev truly is. I respect the guy. He's a monster. Du Plessis, the champ, I think he's in him for a rude awakening because he's going to realize that his wrestling is not as good as Chimaev's truly is. And it was heartbreaking for me in that middleweight division because when Bo Nichols got picked apart his last fight. I was like, man, why didn't you wrestle? You're one of the best guys in the world in wrestling.
Din Thomas recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus Du Plessis, siding with the reigning champion. Thomas believes DDP's awkward movement, unpredictable timing, and underrated grappling make him a difficult matchup for Chimaev. He highlighted Dricus's ability to stay composed under pressure and wear down opponents over the course of a fight. While acknowledging Khamzat's explosiveness and early round danger, Thomas argued that Du Plessis has the skill set and fight IQ to survive the storm and take over as the fight progresses.
You think Dricus beats Khamzat?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I do. I really do. I think Khamzat is a sprinter. I think if you were to make fights 1 5-minute round, Khamzat beats anybody in the world, any weight class. But you can't fight championship level fights for 5 rounds at the pace where he's at his best. If he fights like that at his best, I think Dricus is so durable and he's so smart that he'll be able to withstand that. Now they're swimming in deep water, and Khamzat can't swim that deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold has thrown his support behind Dricus Du Plessis, especially if the fight goes beyond the early rounds. Rockhold acknowledged Khamzat Chimaev's explosiveness and the threat he poses in the first few minutes, but he believes Dricus has the endurance and toughness to survive the initial storm. According to Rockhold, if Chimaev can't secure an early finish, the fight begins to shift in Du Plessis' favor.
It's not always about the most technical guy, it's the guy who wants it more. And
how do you think he fares against Khamzat?
I think Khamzat is a go for broke kind of guy. Khamzat, if he can't out wrestle you, he can't control you in that fierce state of direction of what he does. I think he'll break. Khamzat will get him if he'll get him, but if he can't get him, it's going to be a hard 3rd, 4th, and 5th round.
Right.
I think that's going to be all Dricus.
So if it goes into the championship rounds, you like the champ?
Yeah, 100%.
Who wins, Dricus Du Plessis or Khamzat Chimaev?
Ali Abdelaziz, former manager of Khamzat Chimaev, took a firm stand in support of his fighter recently, expressing confidence that Chimaev will beat Dricus Du Plessis. On Submission Radio, Abdelaziz emphasized that when Khamzat is healthy and focused, it's hard to imagine any fighter handling him inside the cage. He recalled Chimaev's dominant peak performance over Robert Whittaker and predicted he can deliver a similar performance here regardless of whether the fight extends into rounds 4 or 5. A few weeks back, Chael Sonnen weighed in confidently, wagering that Khamzat Chimaev's fast start is his key window for victory. Speaking about the fight several weeks ago, Sonnen warned that if Chimaev fails to finish Du Plessis early, the momentum begins to shift. A longer fight favors the champion's endurance, toughness, and fight IQ. Chimaev must control from the opening bell, or DDP's late rounds could become insurmountable. His projection turned into a clear, conditional pick. Chimaev wins early otherwise, DDP is uniquely equipped to take over as the rounds unfold. It's a collision course between raw chaos seen in Khamzat and calculated murdering seen in DDP. So what do you think? Is it the era of bores, or will DDP shut down the storm? Drop your predictions in the comments, hit that like button if you're ready for fireworks, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns, bold takes, and Fight Night Fire. This one's going to be unforgettable.